Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish Your Story. I'm your host, Keegan Ray. I'm joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. I'm fucking getting weird about it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. When I came over here and you're like, I don't have any internet. I'm like, oh, no.
I don't have any internet, and I also don't have anything that I have to do.
Yeah.
So I'm reading a lot.
That's great, though.
I'm thinking. I'm sitting and I'm thinking a lot.
That's good.
It's getting weird in here.
You know what's crazy is that when you do that, you're like, this is strange that I'm doing this, just sitting and thinking. You know, like maybe I need to do this more.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then I'm like, oh, I'll go play video games. Nope.
It's probably getting some fucking reading done, too. You're probably ripping through that.
Yeah, 2 days.
That's the thing, man. You can read for a little bit and then you get distracted. You can fucking fall into your phone. That's the worst. I hate that. Because it's always a temptation when I'm watching a show and I look at my phone and I look back and I'm like, I don't fucking know what's happening.
Yeah, you just missed the most important line every time.
Yeah, man. How was your snow day?
Good. I watched Dune Prophecy on my snow day. I binged the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
All right. So what's your
the whole thing
takeaway?
in one
Because I've
day.
heard a couple of people's.
It was so I haven't heard anybody else's except
I heard
yours.
a chick at the brewery talk about it, and I hate her. She's a regular, and she loved it.
She loved it.
So it like made me. I was like, oh, I'm already prejudiced against this.
It helped if you're a person who saw the movies and you really want to get into it, but you don't want to read the books.
Yeah, you want more Dune.
It will universe build for you.
Okay.
There's like some good stuff about showing you, because it's showing you the beginning of a lot of the Bene Gesserit stuff. Like the voice they're
And that's interesting. Yeah.
Like the voice they're just starting to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
that.
the very beginning of that. They kind of are like the idea of past memories is still kind of a new scary thing that they haven't like delved into. They haven't really gotten the breeding program going yet.
Yeah.
So like, but you're learning about that stuff, which is important in Dune. But the story feels so not right within the universe that Frank Herbert built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like space wizard that lights people on fire with his brain is not very Dune.
Yeah, dude. I was out when they were sniffing space coke in the space Uber. I was out, dude.
Here's a thought that I had that I'm not sure if this was what they were going for. I think they were going for that they were snorting spice.
Yeah, but they didn't make any. Yeah, I hate that. If that is what they did, I hate that choice even more. Than space cocaine.
When I thought of it while I was watching it, I was like, I can't accept that as my canon for this, because then I will not finish this show.
It felt very much, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I mean this in the worst way. It felt like a woman wrote this one. Yeah, it was very chick heavy. Like,
the big ending.
And then she goes with a hot guy and they do drugs.
You didn't make it at the end. To the end, right?
I couldn't.
Do you want to hear what happens at the end?
Yes, because I have a limited, finite amount of free time, which is basically none.
So what I got out of the ending was that the resolution,
spoiler alert, to the two ladies who watch it,
is that evil space wizard, just needed a mother's hug.
Oh, that's lovely, dude. That's kind of wholesome. That's it. Oh. Hey, quit burning people alive like that dude in New York.
It's just so like the end.
Do you think that's why he burned that lady? Because he saw Dune. He saw Dune Prophecy.
I don't know if it was out yet. Maybe he like saw an early screening and it upset him so much.
I think it was out. The first episode was out,
but the end wasn't.
Yeah, but he does it in the first episode with the little boy that has the robot. Maybe. This is 2025, though. Yeah. That was a 90s thing where they blamed everything. Like, Marilyn Manson shot those kids in the school.
Dune Prophecy caused...
Yeah, Dune Prophecy lit that old lady on fire.
I heard Dune Prophecy caused the California fires.
Dude. Bro, could I tell you, if I walked by and saw somebody with a blowtorch lighting a bush on fire, I would beat the dog shit out of them. That would piss me off so bad.
If I was in California... I would be upset, probably be like, why the fuck are you doing this? Yeah, or I would join them.
Yeah, or that's the only other option. Or you're like, hey, light my cigarette, dude.
If I have a lighter, I might join them.
Yeah. 100 mile an hour
but like
bad news.
over here, I would just be like, rednecks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
move on with my day, you know?
I'm very like, yeah, I get it. Burn some trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just doing what they do in their natural habitat.
I didn't know that wasn't allowed because my whole life we grew up with places where people just burnt shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved in with a person and was going to have a fire. They're like, I don't think you can do that. And I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
God, what a sitcom episode of the night that must have been.
Dude, that's when you start, like, because when you're trash, a lot of people don't realize this. Like, you don't realize it. It's something that slowly unfolds in your life. And you have moments where you're like, oh, I'm trashy.
Yeah.
Like, that's that's not okay. It's like going to another person's Christmas. You're like, oh, we're crazy. My family is insane. Or I was telling somebody the other day, you were talking about your dad saying roadies.
Yeah.
Just like that unfolds like, wait a minute.
A roadie, yeah. I mean, that term, I didn't hear any other term until probably in the Army. I was introduced to the term road dog.
Yeah, dude. We had a buddy that was all about it in Savannah. Every time. It was like, dude, I'm bringing a roadie, you know, and he'd always hop in the car. This guy got pulled over on Tybee, and the police officer was like, can I get your license? And, dude. And like the flashlight's on it, and he's like,
you know what?
My bad.
Get out of the car. I'll take it out of your pocket.
Dude, it was in the cup holder. The police officer goes to pick it up, and he goes, it's ice cold. Like, you just opened this.
I can hear the fizz coming out of the can.
Dude, like, you're in trouble. Like, that's bad. You're in a wet bathing suit and a cold beer. You're going to jail, bro. I don't know if you've been. You're going to freeze to death. Jail is the coldest place in the world. It's crazy. And everybody in there, like the people that work in jail, are walking around in turtlenecks. So you're like, oh, so this is not like a just today thing.
Yeah. Would it be worse if jails were too hot or too cold? Because I feel like it's
too hot.
Because the whole thing is you don't want
a sauna of ball sweat.
Yeah.
Woof.
Well, because you don't want a jail to be a good place. Like, you don't want people to want to go to jail.
Right.
You know, like if a homeless guy can be like, well, I'll just break $5,000 worth of shit in the store, and then I'm set up. Mm-hmm. I'm in a comfort
I'll just push somebody on the subway tracks and I get a luxury vacation.
Easy.
Which, dude, they did that. Somebody did that the other day. That's terrifying to me. That somebody just push you onto the tracks like that. And it happens more. I started reading about it. It was like, oh my God, this is like a thing.
It didn't happen. It happens.
Yeah, it not just happened. It happens. Yeah, dude. Could you imagine what a way to ruin your morning high, dude? It's waiting on subway, got my noise cancellation in,
and you just seeing that happen out of the corner of your eye. That would be tough.
And what am I gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What am I, vigilante? This guy's throwing people on subway tracks. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see shit, dude.
I'm gonna get on my train.
You know what I don't do? Snitch.
I'm gonna get on my train and I'm gonna go to therapy.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm calling BetterHelp now. Like, just FaceTiming BetterHelp. No, I saw it again.
You're furiously texting a therapist.
It happened again. Yeah, that's rough. Because that wouldn't be immediate, right?
I mean, I think it depends on a few factors.
Yeah.
Like if
he's timing it, God.
If he's timing it, it would be pretty quick.
Would you rather him push you or tackle you and come with you?
I would rather die not with a sweaty homeless person on top of me.
And I'd have so many more questions of like, why are we doing this?
Did I slight you years ago? What happened? Do you have a...
Is this future me? Like, what is happening, dude? Is this how we saved the world?
Do you have a blood feud with my family? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, so I just go into Bartow just confused. Like, what? Just fuck. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I feel like if you hit the rail, it could go quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Get fried.
But even worse if you don't, though, and then he's just standing there mad dogging you.
Or if you just kind of hit the rail.
Or you just get pushed down there and you're trying to get back up and he like won't let you.
Like a big brother at the pool.
No, seriously, dude. Seriously, I'm not looking for it. He said,
Come on. Come on, man. Let me up. The train's coming.
Stop, dude. No, I'm not playing. Bunch of people in New York just acting like nothing's happening. Just like, nope, not my deal.
Oh man.
Because you can't. I mean, I don't know. Then you end up, what are you gonna do? Get thrown down there with you? Like, no way, dude.
I think, and this would be a big legal case. The only solution would be to shove the guy over the other dude and then pull him up.
Right. Or put him in a 4.5 minute chokehold.
You could do that too, yeah.
Apparently, that's totally fine.
Yeah, you could kneel on him for 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's above board. Yeah, those things are what we, the president has.
But like now that you've accepted that somebody's going to be hit by a train, like wouldn't it be cool to make it the bad guy?
Yeah.
And save the other guy?
Yeah, I mean,
like dudes like really live out like a vigilante.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
like
you come up, you kick him, and then it's like you're arrested. They're like, dude, you just kicked somebody onto the tracks. Like he did it first. Yeah, he's homeless.
I pulled up the other guy. Yeah. He's homeless. He doesn't even matter.
He's crazy. Oh, dude, what a conundrum. Everything that I hear about New York, it makes me never want to live there. No,
I've no desire. Mm-mm. I mean, it'd be cool to do that much comedy, but like, at what cost? And here's the thing. That's not even the only cost. It's also expensive. Like you're paying a lot of money to live in squalor.
Yeah.
And I'm not down with that.
Mm-mm. I've lived in so many shitty places. I'm done. I'm done.
We're in one now.
No, I'm talking about worse than this. Like apartments, like 800 square foot apartments. I'm done. That part of my life.
Place.
Yeah. That part of my life is over. Dude.
I told you where I lived when I first moved to Georgia, right?
Yes. Yeah. Extended stays are not it, dude. Yeah.
That'll get you in the culture of the town real quick.
Yeah, for sure, dude. You want to get the real deal feel for a city? Go find the extended stay. You'll find out about Mobile, Alabama, real quick.
Move in there for 7 months, and you'll know everything you need to know about Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah, you're like, hey, Marietta's a shithole. Yeah. Like this. Yeah.
That's why Sham's like, oh, you live in sketchy Marietta, and I'm like, this isn't sketchy Marietta.
Yeah,
I've lived in that.
Yeah, sketchy Marietta is where I saw that guy beat a child underneath the school bus because he owed him money. He beat a senior in high school underneath the school bus. And it was a whole neighborhood full of people who acted like nothing was happening. I know. I was like, dude, what? I was like, what is that about? My buddy's like, are you going to say something to him? I'm like, hell no, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. He just beat a child.
I couldn't beat up that high schooler. What am I going to do against him?
Dude, kid shouldn't have been buying new shoes. Yeah.
If anything, I'll jump in and help him.
I mean, the kid owed this guy money and then got off the bus with brand new Jordans. I mean, I think it was an overreaction, but I understand the scenario. And he's a senior in high school because that's what he said. Somebody's like, leave that baby alone. He turned around and was like, he's a senior.
Yeah, he's 18.
Yeah, he shouldn't be riding the bus. He's a broke bitch.
He's going to the Marines next week.
The bus driver said nothing, dude. He beat him underneath the bus, and the bus driver just like looked in his little mirror and was like,
I mean, that's just Bus Driver Tuesday, you know? You think
who wants that job?
Do you think bus drivers have like bingo cards that they go through weekly where like they all have the same bingo card?
They got to be drinking.
Yeah.
If you're a bus driver, you have to.
Well, it's the best way to drive. Mm-hmm. We all know that.
Yeah, I mean,
we all know that.
Especially if there's 30 kids screaming in the back. Gotta have a little nippy.
Oh yeah, I mean those bus heating was okay, but you know up north it gets real cold. You got to keep yourself warm on those roads.
Yeah, man, that's crazy to think about that. Who would want that job? The responsibility of driving around kids.
You got to be up at like 4 a.m.
and they're bad.
Yeah,
kids are fucking misbehave on a bus. Like something about a bus is just lawless.
None of their parents are there.
None of their parents are there, and the person in charge is doing something important.
Yeah,
and not looking at you.
He's. You really got to get out of line on the bus before. Mm-hmm. Well, like sometimes, like we had some pretty rough bus drivers. We had some real like laying down the law guys who were like it was quiet in there.
We had a lady that would do the lights and pull over. And she wouldn't go. She's like, I'm not even going to drive. We'll sit here all day.
Whoa.
Yeah. Dude, she would just pull over.
Yeah, we had ours. We had a bus driver who would yell so easily that like if he heard anything, he would just yell at the whole bus.
Yeah, that probably feels good though, yelling at kids.
Oh yeah.
That probably feels great.
That guy was 10 years sober. You know? That guy
dude.
He was mad to be there.
Yeah, he left an AA meeting before he came and picked you up.
But it was a quiet bus.
Hey, that's not bad. Yeah, I got in trouble one time on a field trip because I jumped out the exit door.
Ooh, yeah, you can't do that.
Dude, I was pumped, dude. It was a field trip.
Field trip.
Yeah, jumped out. All the parents were there.
Sirens going
Oh,
off.
my God, dude. My mom was so fucking pissed. I was like, dude, I was notorious for that. One time we went to a field trip at like this like gardens, like Callaway Gardens or something like that. And everybody was having an ice fight. And we were like picking up ice and throwing it at each other. Little boys, dude. Yeah, and I hit this dude's mom on the hand.
Ooh, that's
accident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She came out to be like, y'all need to stop. Hit her on the head. Dude, this lady freaked and was like, I type for a living. Like, dude, my mom was over there like, he's sorry. And then the lady started being like, I type for a living. My mom was like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm shutting this down because I see where it's going.
Yeah, that lady's trying.
This is getting litigious.
Yeah. That's that. A person who brings it there is always, you're like, I can never respect you.
No.
Again.
No, especially when you're talking about that with a child. Yeah. It's like a 10-year-old boy.
I'm going to sue this child.
I'm going to take everything you have. You're like,
give me your piggy bank.
Yeah, Uno reverse. I don't have anything. I am a child.
Yeah, all I have is this Uno reverse card.
I already go to class in a trailer. It can't get much worse. I go to the classes outside with the other kids who can't play Jenga. That was crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was in there because I didn't like to sit down and would like talk in class. And then I'm in there with like kids that are like beating a pillow. I'm like, I think these are different things.
I never had. I have maybe one of the few comics, it seems like, around Atlanta that wasn't ever in the trailer for school.
I was in that. But then I was also in the gifted classes. I remember the one gifted teacher was like, well, we've never had this. Like, this is up first. Which, lo and behold, gifted classes were just a CIA operation.
Yeah.
You're like, everything.
I was also never in the gift. I've been incredibly average my whole life.
It's weird that they did make you take all these weird tests. And then when you find out it was like a CIA program, you're like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. Because we would take weird like IQ tests and like tests that weren't like standardized, you know? Like we were like reading these questions, like that's an interesting question that makes me think.
You're trying to figure out what I think.
Yeah, we're going to figure out who needs to come with us.
That's pretty creepy.
Who's staying after? Yeah, until you're waking up in a car and they're like, you just shot up a movie theater. What? Last thing I remember, I was at Quick Trip. Somebody whispered a word in my ear.
How did I get to Aurora?
Yeah. Moonlight. What? Eyes roll back in your head.
Man.
Seems that, I'm reading that book while I'm listening to that book, Weird Scenes in the Canyon, and it's all about Laurel Canyon and the music scene and how it was every single one. Everybody you could ever imagine's dad was in the special agent. Like was in the military.
Somewhere in that.
Mm-hmm. And then they all moved there at the same time just by happenstance. And then it's like the big question that I'm asking is like, well, who's footing the bill for all these houses? Because all these like hippies had these houses that were like these gorgeous ranches. They're like, who the fuck's paying for that? It's crazy.
Who knows, man? I mean, we all know, but.
Right. Well, they had a CIA funded like a studio that was a movie studio in Laurel Canyon that did private videos and movies that they you're like, what?
Well, yeah, that's where the moon landing happened.
That's where they edited it, I think. A lot of people went there. None of them lived. They're like, yeah, the people who came here were like Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe. You're like, they're all dead. Yeah. Wouldn't that suck? You go in there and they show you like 3D movies. And you're like, oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Like as soon as they show you something, you're like, oh, dude.
Ronald Reagan is standing behind you menacingly.
You have the Oculus glasses on in like 1968. The fuck is this? Ow. Heroin. Pretty crazy. Everybody died on, like one lady shot herself and then jumped out a window. You're like, yeah, as you do. As you do.
Honestly, though, if you're going to shoot yourself, because like I could see being paranoid that you're going to miss. So setting yourself up in a way where.
That's true. I always felt like, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad, like, if you're going to hang yourself, just eat a bunch of pills, too. Just make sure. Yeah. Just doubling up, double checking, dude.
Of course. If you're really committing.
If you're committing to the bit, you know. Yeah, somebody came up to me and was like, dude, you can't say that AI's writing TV shows and wearing yarmulkes.
Wait, did you say that?
I said that I feel like all the TV shows nowadays are like written by Chat GPT. I was like, you bust into a room and just be like 3 computers talking to each other. They're all wearing yarmulkes. You're like, holy shit.
Oh, man, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, dude, they had a guy at the bar the other day that went into the fire conspiracies. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, brother, you gotta put your phone down. Like he's telling me about the color blue. Like, oh, it doesn't burn. Lasers don't burn blue. He's like, paint your house blue. I was like, dude, you might be having a break here.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Dude, it's pretty crazy, like the area, but it's like where all the rich people live, right? Mm-hmm. That's why it's a big story.
Right.
Like if Compton was on fire, it would just be like, LA's on fire again.
yeah, yet again. It's crazy. I mean, insurance companies are just battling out there.
Mm-hmm. It's about to get crazy over there.
Oh, yeah. It's the Wild Wild West for insurance companies.
Man, there's going to be some legal battles happening.
For a long time. That takes a long time. That's like but hey, if it happened to rich people, they have the time and the resources.
But do you ever think about how much money goes into a legal battle like that and how it could probably fund your life for like 20 years?
Yeah. Just watching them burn that money too.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, good. You spent this money to argue about who owes the money.
Yeah, they're like, we'll rebuild the Palisades by next year. North Carolina's like, what? We got $500 in a FEMA check.
Yeah.
It didn't even clear.
It probably didn't, honestly.
I wouldn't I know a lot of people that when Katrina happened got paid.
Yeah.
A lot of line cooks. A lot of people that were getting federal checks. So you're like, that's not just free. Like there's paperwork that says you got that. Like eventually that's
going to come back around.
Yeah. Eventually some dudes dressed like Men in Black and gonna be knocking on your door. Like,
I mean, years ago, the Pentagon announced that they were taking like everybody, and I fell into the category. They were taking everybody who had joined the military between basically the whole war on terror. And they were like, if you got a signing bonus, we're taking it back. You owe that to us now. And then
they did take backs.
And yeah, dude, on their signing bonuses. Yeah, dude.
That's so bad, dude. Fuck them.
And then, fortunately, the Supreme Court heard that and was like, fucking no, dude.
Yeah, dude. Are you what? Hey.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. We got an image to upkeep. It ain't great, but.
Bro.
It's not stealing pennies from veterans, bro. What are you talking about? Like.
I mean, I didn't get a huge signing bonus. But like,
but it's gone.
Some people got like 10 grand signing bonuses.
That's crazy.
Like, I got like $1,000 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, some people got like really big signing bonuses where that would have like crushed some people.
That's what I mean. That's like that's already gone and invested.
They would have been going after homeless people.
Yeah, unzipping a tent, sir.
You owe the Pentagon money. You know, sir, those people who have never passed an audit?
Yeah, dude.
Never one time. They've been audited like, I think 2 or 3 times, and they've failed every one miserably. The last one they got audited, I think they might have done one in between, but they got audited right before 9/11.
Yeah, I was about to say when they were like, yeah, we lost a bunch of money.
What was the? I think it was $2 trillion.
Yeah, they're like, we've lost $2 trillion. Hey, we got hit by one too.
Yeah. By the way, $2 trillion of 2001 money.
That's not real anymore. Those numbers aren't real.
No, it's all fake.
Yeah,
all the money is pretend. The whole world economy is based on fake.
As you start getting older, you're like, it is.
Yeah,
it's like very much so. You're like, whoa, this is pretend.
It's based on faith, which is not good for trade. It's good for war.
It's great for war. They're really gearing up for it, too.
Yeah. I'm not pumped on it.
Mm-mm. They're gearing up, dude. When they were like, the drones are from China, I was like, don't you do this.
I mean, I'm glad I live near a big enough city that, like, if it really goes down, Atlanta's probably going to get hit pretty hard. And I'm trying to go first wave, bud.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to be at Smith's, you know?
You're like, I'm trying to be at the airport,
Yeah.
dude. Having an airport beer.
Like I want the remnants of the building of Smith's to have a shadow of me drinking a beer.
For years to come.
That's
For
what I
people
want.
to study. Yeah. I mean, it made me think that the people that are telling you that, you know, you got to get ready for like the end of the world, you're like, well, by your logic, they're burning the cities with direct energy weapons.
But what if I don't want to
So-
live in the end of the world?
Yeah. So if they're burning cities with direct energy weapons, we're cooked. We don't have, if they're, you know what I mean? If they have
don't-
space lasers.
I'm not convinced on the space laser.
I'm not
idea.
either, but I'm saying by their logic, the people that are telling you to get ready, you're like, bro, they're already.
Have you ever hit one of those guys with the idea of like, so they have space lasers? You believe in space, you fucking loser?
Yeah, oh, dude, look at this shill, dude.
Space. You're going to tell me the moon's real
Yeah,
next?
you're telling me it's just some idiot up there with a laser pointer at the firmament.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire seems to be a bad way to go too. Like, because it seems like you could get trapped really quick. When I was watching those videos of the guy, did you see the video of the guys in the house? I'm like, what do you do? Like, if you
Stand up until you pass out.
I guess you're just sitting there watching it like, we are so fucked.
Yup.
Unless you have your own private fire department.
You want to just pass out from smoke inhalation.
Hopefully, yeah,
if you're
yeah,
trapped.
yeah,
Yeah.
You don't want
That's the goal.
to. Yeah, you just do jumping jacks, dude. Just
Trying to get winded.
trying to work.
God,
out.
I wish we had more
I'm
elevation.
doing the knockout game. I'm getting out of here quick.
Anybody have some spray paint? Let's start huffing.
Yeah, they just find you in the garage. They're like, dude, we put the fire out. What the fuck are y'all doing?
You just passed out on the
Yeah, you
floor.
look like the dude on Mad Max. You got a silver face. You're just call an ambulance. This fucking guy's been huffing for an hour. Sitting in your garage with the car cranked.
Yeah.
I would probably, if I had to be honest with myself, I would be smoking. Just going, this sucks. This is bad. This is so bad.
I might as well get some smoke I like.
I mean, there's somebody out there, and I know that I always say this,
I carry around a pack of cigarettes.
but there was
specifically
somebody
for
that chose that day to be like, hey, man, I've had that tab of acid sitting in my freezer for a year. Ate it and went outside, was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're evacuating. Their phone's going off. You're just like, no. Somebody was on mushrooms. There was somebody in California on mushrooms evacuating.
I love how behind the news cycle I am now because I'm not paying attention to anything. Like, my dad asked me about, he's like, you see the fires? And I was like, no, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? California's on fire again? He's like, yeah, it's bad this time. I
Yeah,
was like,
it's
whoa.
75-mile-an-hour winds.
I was like,
Bad
oh,
news.
it's bad apparently. And then I started seeing it. The kind of news I've been getting is like, I saw a reel about a Cincinnati zoo employee got 5 years. His name is
What was he doing?
is Paul Fingerhut.
No, what was he doing, dude? Don't tell me he was fingering the fucking giraffe.
I wish.
We thought this guy was a zoologist. Turns out he's a pervert.
Here's the thing. It's so much lamer. Because, like, first of all, who hired that guy? You know,
I thought they were vetting these people.
like
dude.
like even a zoo out of workplaces has more huts than the average workplace. Like, you can't be. That's why it's so lame when I got to the end and it's like embezzlement. I'm like, come
How
on.
is he embezzling from a zoo?
Now I'm mad at that guy
Yeah.
because he didn't live up to his name.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been fingering penguins. You know what I mean?
Like, we can't get any of the penguins to make eye contact.
Yeah. When animal molestation was not the reason he was sentenced, I was pretty upset.
They just come in. He's got he's like elbow deep into a rhino. They're like, and you're not even a zoologist. Busted, pervert.
You working in accounting, Paul?
She loves it, dude.
Because that's what he was. He worked in like accounting or something.
Oh yeah,
and he was basically just like using the company card for whatever he wanted and getting meals and shit.
I mean, he probably. Because people are always like, how could you do that? I'm like, he's probably doing that for a long time.
Come on, Finger Hut. You got to do better than that. Finger Hut. How is that a name?
I don't know.
Bro, imagine turning in a resume to somebody with the letters that spell Finger Hut arranged that way on that paper and being like, hire me. You got to change your name.
You're just in class. They're like, we're going to go into your family tree. You're like, I'm good, dude. I don't want to know what my fucking great-grandfather was doing.
It gets weird not that far back.
Yeah. They changed his name on the boat. That tells you anything.
Ooh, fuck.
Old Finger Hut back there. Don't let that fucking pervert in. It's like, damn it.
My family's still fighting for citizenship, but we came over on the Mayflower. They don't want us.
God, I bet that paperwork was terrible. It sounds like an old, like the DMV in that time. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's what I've always pictured it as.
Well, that's my name. I've told you about this. My last name was created on Ellis Island. And that's pretty, like, fairly common. That's happened
That's pretty cool, though.
No, it's basically a Polish guy walked up to a desk where an Italian guy was waiting for his lunch break. And the Italian guy said, "What's your last name?" And he said a word that the Italian guy did not understand. So he said, "Say that again." And then he sounded it out as phonetically as possible.
What are you talking about?
So that's why my last name is Ludzak, because it's just a guy sounded out something he heard a Polish guy say.
He said ball sack.
That's what that was. I don't think that sounds fun. It was.
I just meant the idea of getting to make up your name, but yes, the idea of going in some Italian idiot, some fucking wop, some sweaty fucking wop,
some fucking guineas,
just probably suck too. Just long lines,
smells like garlic and onion.
I mean, could you imagine the fucking lines at Ellis Island, dude? Yeah. I hate lines. That to me is just. That's why I never did lines at like Six Flags. I was like, what are we? We're standing in line for like 2 seconds of fun on a roller coaster so I can be scared shitless for 2 minutes.
I mean, I used to work at an amusement park as a kid, so like I would go. I mean, I got to the point where I was doing stuff that they tell you you're not supposed to do on the roller coaster before you go. Mm-hmm. And I was doing that because it was the only way I could have fun anymore.
Sitting in the front row, not buckling your seat.
Well, we would buckle our seat, but like we'd do it loose. Mm-hmm. And the most fun and the most like thinking back, the G-forces here is real dangerous. So what we would do is we would sit in the back, and as we would get to the top of the hill, we would turn around and look over your shoulder, like look backwards while you go over the drop. Way scarier.
Way scarier.
But also the G-forces do kind of move your spine in an odd way when you do that.
Yeah, that's why they tell you just to sit back. My first roller coaster was the Scream Machine backwards.
We used to drop pennies off of what was called the Power Tower, where it was like the tower where you drop. And the whole thing was you would try to drop the penny at the right time so that you would pass it on the way down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know they had the one at Six Flags where you could put the penny on your knee and it would float, like when you drop.
Yeah.
I was always too scared.
You could do that, but we would try and we were playing a game.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the games. Every time I got on a roller, I'm a pussy with roller coasters. I do not like them.
I mean, I used to be, but when I started working at the amusement park, I really started. I ramped it up.
Do you like them now?
Yeah.
See, I didn't. As I've gotten older, I don't, because I'm always looking at those little stairs. Like, dude, if this thing gets fucking stuck.
I mean, I haven't been on one in a long time, but I mean.
Nothing is more embarrassing than pussying out as a grown man.
Never done.
No, me either. I've been terrified. Gotten on because I'm like, I can't.
How many things in your life have you done because you're scared because you've committed too far and
most of them.
You know, most of the
yeah, I've done jobs for years where I'm like, I'm already fucking.
I'm here already.
Yeah, they're paying me. I don't know why they keep paying me. I was in the cabinet shop, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Yeah, I went one time with my little cousins from Texas, and I took them to Six Flags and had to ride a bunch of rides I didn't want to ride. And they were like on acrophobia. That's the one that just takes you straight up, and then you have like the little bicycle seat, and then leans you forward, and you just drop. Nice. Like I was like on the thing, and my cousin's like, hold my hand. I was like, don't fucking touch me.
No,
She's
I
like,
love
what?
that.
She's like 10. She's like barely tall enough. I'm like, you're on your fucking own. Like, don't touch me. I'm scared to death.
No, I like that shit. For me, I like it because I'm scared until like I go over the drop, and as soon as I go over the drop, I'm like, it's cool. And then it's just fun.
Yeah. I like the Hulk and Universal because it just takes off. You know what I mean? I don't really like the clicking up the hill.
I haven't done that one.
Yeah, you just start at the top of the hill.
Is it like one of those like... Have you ever done the one where it's like a big U-shaped thing?
Yeah.
And you start in the middle and it just takes off and goes back and forth?
This one
Those
is
are
like
fun.
they do the magnet where it backs up. So you go like 0 to 60, and then when you come out of the tunnel, you're already at the top of the thing. So you just go down the hill.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because my least favorite part is just sitting there and the chink, 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 and then I have all that time to think about like, dude, if this fucking broke down, they'd have to get the fire department.
That's the fun part though, Keegan.
I have to get one of those drones to come get me.
The nice thing, I don't know, maybe this is because I'm so anxious about everything, but being anxious about stuff that's definitely going to be fine is almost a nice relief.
I've never thought about it like that.
To be like anxious about like, oh, what if this thing crashes, and what if it, and then like it all goes fine, and you're like, sick. It's pretty cool.
That's a good way to think about it. Because I feel like it's coming up. Because the girls eventually are going to want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to have to ride roller coasters.
And I have to be a dad about it.
Yeah.
I can't be over. You can't.
You're not allowed to scream.
Bro, no child needs to see their father pissing himself on a roller coaster. Just breaking down.
Maybe we should go do a warm up this
Yeah,
summer.
absolutely. Dude, I would definitely do a warm up.
Yeah.
Bro, speaking, I just said drones. Last night, I took the trash out at work, and I'm like smoking, and I'm out there, and I look up, and there's like a drone, and I was like, I don't like that, just hovering around. And then as I'm like walking around, it's like following me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's probably just some kid messing.
I know, but I was still smoking. I was like, I don't love that.
No.
Because I was so high. I was like, is that my manager?
Daddy?
And I was like, that would be crazy. If he was on a drone, I'd be like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Flying around. Go home.
Spying.
Dude, it's weird to me when managers watch the cameras. I've had plenty of managers. You walk in the office and they're watching the camera. You're like, why are you watching that girl bartend, you creep? You fucking perv.
Don't like it. Yeah. In the Army, I remember every Monday in training, one of the sergeants would go through on like 4 times speed all of the footage for the weekend.
Damn. That's crazy.
I only know that because everybody got in trouble because because on Halloween, 5 dudes dressed like put on they had like superhero costumes on, masks, so they couldn't tell who it was.
Not a bad idea.
And they went out into the hallways and they did the Tim Tebow stance for a minimum of 2 minutes in front of every single camera in the entire building. That's how they spent their whole night, just doing that. And then that sergeant just went through and he saw them doing it, and he's like, every camera. And then they got through every camera, and he's like, fuck these kids. Destroyed everybody.
So funny. He's just sitting there like, these motherfuckers.
They're playing a joke on me. They think that they can make a joke for me. Nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy became the chillest guy when I like ended training. Because I had like a week between ending training and leaving where I was like stuck in the barracks. And as soon as I graduated, that guy was the chillest dude. Like,
yeah, he probably has to be like that because he's got people doing shit like that all the time.
Like, I would come down in the like middle of the day and be like, I'm going to go smoke, and being like, I'm going to go to the smoke pit way out in the middle of the field over there at the front. And he's like, nah, dude. you can go out the back door where we smoke. And it's like literally just open the door and you can smoke right out. And he was like, you're graduated. You're fucking good.
Yeah, fuck those.
He's like,
smoke pit.
I'll come hang out with you. Yeah. I'm like, what the? But it's like, this guy has terrorized me for 21 weeks. Like
don't trust him.
And then I walk down and he's like, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, are you sure? Are you about to bust me because I'm out here?
Bro, one of the days of that week, I went to the on-base golf course, and one of those sergeants, like that was the teachers, let me and my friend borrow his golf club so we could play around.
Cool. That's awesome.
Like, it's crazy how they got real chill immediately.
That's so funny. Like, right after you graduate, you're like, oh, so this is what it is.
The next day. Literally the day I graduated, and then I went to bed, and then I got up in the morning, and I went to smoke. And I was scared to smoke. I waited to go down because I was like, who's at the desk? I'm like, fuck, that guy's.
Yeah, that guy's scary.
I don't want that guy to yell at me. And I went down and he was like, what's up, bro? So just drunk redneck kind of guy.
Yeah, have you ever been busted on camera? Dude, I got busted in high school one time. So this girl, one of our friends, Tiffany, she like ran away. I guess she came to school and she got her shit and she just ran away from home, right?
Oh, good.
So that day, they call everybody in the office, right? So they call me into the office. They're like, hey, do you know anything about this? I'm like, I don't know anything. I hadn't heard one word. What happened? She left? That's crazy. The guy goes, turns on this video, and it's me and her talking in the hallway and me, like, giving her stuff. And I'm like, man. Yikes, dude. It's like, fuck.
Oh, yeah, I've never had anything like that.
Oh, I know. I was like, he's like, so you want to try that again? Or I was like, bro,
that's gotta hurt,
dude. I was like, I mean, she's leaving. I don't know. I gave her $20. No.
Damn.
I was like, it's not my business. Fuck.
That's a hit I've never had to take. I've never had to have somebody be like, did you do this? No. Click. Are you sure?
Yeah,
like,
it was the worst.
Man.
Like, just like, damn, you got me. My bad. Yeah, you can't. You're just like, whoa, caught in 4K. That's crazy. Y'all got a camera there?
Wait, your schools had cameras like that?
Yeah, Grayson High School had cameras.
I mean, my school had cameras, but they weren't like that. They were like CCTV cameras.
They had good cameras because they had a lot of shit that happened there. They had a fight one time at Grayson when my mom was working summer school and a kid got punched. But when he got punched, he completely went out. And when he hit his head, he cracked his fucking skull open. They had to life flight that kid out.
Oh, no.
Everybody came out because my mom was like, dude, it sounded like somebody knocked over like a hot water heater or something. And it was that kid's head hitting the ground. And imagine, I mean, yes, the kid that punched him, I don't know the circumstances. That kid's probably an asshole, but you're a high school kid and you hit somebody one time and then it's just like.
No, that changed that kid's trajectory. Definitely.
Right then.
Like that kid is a model citizen now because he was like a real shithead and then he almost accidentally murdered somebody.
I mean, you're in so much
and now
trouble.
he's like, I need to get ready for college.
Yeah, just like, Jesus Christ, I'm in trouble. That's like my dad used to say that when I was a kid. He's like, dude, you can make a decision that doesn't seem like a big deal that changes everything. Mm-hmm. And then it was like slowly you watch people in high school make those fucking mistakes where you're like, yikes, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Don't drive drunk.
But it's the most fun.
That was an early lesson, though. Another kid got caught at school and he had he got busted for like a bowl in his car. But they had police dogs and like, it was just
going
like
through it.
Yeah, it was like a lesson in 9th grade of us just watching this kid just get absolutely fucked in the parking lot, being like, just looking at each other like,
yeah,
they have dogs. Like,
I mean, that stuff was happening at my school, but like I was never like I was on and off homeschooled and like going to different schools in different places. So like I didn't have the high school community. I didn't have like the kids that I had been going to school with consistently since I was a kid. I
switched high schools my junior year. So I started junior year. So that's what I'm saying. Grayson was like, they had dogs in the hallway and like cameras. It was a Gwinnett County school. Then I went to Sequoia and it was like a country, like dazed and confused. I mean, I told you like at Grayson, they used to stand out in the parking lot with binoculars and like watch people get in their cars to see if people lit a cigarette, because then they would have video of you doing it and you get suspended.
Damn.
My first day in Sequoia,
I was trying to catch people,
hawking people. Like it was really like a prison. like legitimately like a jail. And then when I went to Sequoia, my first day, a dude lit a cigarette in the hallway on our walk out. And I was like, what? And they all looked over like, nobody gives a fuck. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like country school, nobody cared.
Yeah.
It was just a different environment.
I mean,
there was no dogs at Sequoia.
Kids would smoke outside of my school, like in the parking lot and shit. And there'd be like, we had like the rednecks who would listen to hip hop. And they would have their
God,
like
what a genre.
They would have like their parents' giant lifted trucks, and they'd be dipping in the back corner of the lot
Little
every
White.
morning.
Yeah, they'd listen to Little White. God, what did those kids do? You know,
those
Where
are.
are they at?
I mean, those are the townies.
Yeah.
If we're being, that's who those people are.
Yeah, those kids are walking down a highway in Cookie Monster pajama pants
on their way to Walmart.
And a bubble jacket, dude, for sure. You're like, I went to school with that kid.
Yep. I mean, last time I went to the town not last time, 2 times ago, which I don't go that often anymore. My parents don't even have the house there anymore.
Right.
But recently when I was there, I ran into two separate occasions of people I went to high school with, and one was working at a gas station, and the other one was at a bar. But not the good kind of at a bar. Like, it wasn't like I was running into an old guy. Yeah. It was like, oh, you're at this bar a lot.
Yikes. Yeah. Permanent fixture.
Mm-hmm.
Barfly.
I mean, I'm a bar fly, but I go to different bars. That's the fun of it. Yeah. Is that I'm I fit the vibe of the fixture. I am a fixture bar fly, but I'm a floater, you know? I'm a free agent.
Yeah, a free agent for sure.
Yeah.
Free agent dirtbag. I don't like when I get a chair. That's when I start having a chair at a bar, I'm like, all right.
That's where I want to be.
I got to switch it up a little bit.
Dude, I'll go to a restaurant bar.
That's good, though.
I'll go to like a Longhorn Steakhouse and I'll sit at the bar.
Dude, I love Longhorns. Is that trashy? I love Longhorn.
I think so. I feel like.
What's your order at Longhorn?
I mean, I don't remember.
I'm a Texas Tunyon type, dude.
I think I'll do like the steak and shrimp combo a lot of times.
Yeah, the surf and turf.
Yeah.
You got it, dude.
Might as well. I mean, while at Longhorn,
yeah,
right?
if I'm here drinking a 24-ounce fucking mug, they got that chalice. Yeah. It's always got the coldest beer.
Good Brussels sprouts.
Great Brussels sprouts. That was Christina's pregnant. But when she was pregnant, she didn't have many cravings. But we would definitely belly up at the bar at Longhorn with her pregnant ass.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It's too expensive now. Last time I went, it was so expensive.
Yeah, but I feel like it's better than Outback.
It's way better.
But it's like a little cheaper.
Do you know that the people that opened Outback did it because of Crocodile Dundee? They're not even from Australia. They're just...
I'm so not surprised.
When I read that, I was like, if that's not boomer shit written all over it.
Are Australians even aware of Outback Steakhouse?
That would be so embarrassing. As an American.
I would love to show an Australian in Outback Steakhouse. I would love to go in and sit down.
Yeah, let them come in with it. Like, what the? This is racist.
give them the bread. And be like, here, man.
Yeah.
You can cut it, but usually we rip it apart like you savages.
We got the indigenous breadsticks. Like, this is racist. This is insensitive, if nothing else.
We have your traditional delicacy, the bloomin' onion.
Which sucks.
I love it.
It always... Dude, you got to eat it. It's a countdown.
You got to eat it quick.
Yeah, it's a countdown.
No, that's a group appetizer.
Because it gets bad quick.
Yeah.
By the time your entree gets out, it's like,
but you got like 4 people. Bloomin' Onion's nice.
It's sloppy, though. That's why I like the Texas Tunyon. It's like a gentleman's blooming.
Wait, what's the Texas Tunyon?
It's just the fried onions. It's the same thing, but just not in a sloppy, greasy.
Just a ball.
Yeah, and where did they get an onion that big?
Dude, I have a cousin who apparently burned a place down making a bloomin' onion at home.
What?
I don't.
Wait a minute. I got a lot of questions.
Here's the thing. I remember almost none of this. This is just a story I remember hearing my uncle tell my dad when I was like a kid. Like, yeah, you hear about what I can't even remember which cousin it was.
So the over-under on the beers is at least 7.
No, I mean, Buddy, I think 7's the minimum.
That's what I'm saying. That's
You know
the
what I mean?
under.
Yeah.
Oh, because that's when you're drunk cooking. You're like, hey, you know what I'm about to do?
I bet I could make a blooming onion.
My man tried to fry a blooming onion and started a grease fire.
And to be honest, I have been that drunk
I have to.
and not done it for that reason. Because
Let me tell you, frying something at home when you're wasted and don't have a fryer is bad news.
I mean, the oven is the safest you can go, and that's still
that's pushing it.
You're gonna burn your fingers a little bit.
Yeah, that's
like you
pushing
better take any extra racks out before you turn it on.
Yeah. Dude, I was out grilling in the snow because we didn't have
that's
anything
fun.
but hamburgers. I was
That's
like,
pretty sick.
I've
been making smash burgers.
Really?
It's good stuff.
I went to the gas station down the street because I was gonna go see McCusker on Thursday, and I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna go to this comedy show, but I want to have firewood." So I stopped at this little gas station that has firewood. Dude's in there praying. I walk in. I'm like, "Damn, ain't nobody in here." And then he stands up. He's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Oh, dude, I felt like such an asshole."
Damn.
Because I walked around. I'm like, "Damn, nobody's in here." Because I was in there for like 2 minutes, and then I came around the corner and he's over there praying, and I was like,
"Oh shit."
The only thing worse is when you walk up to a table like, "Y'all need more sweet tea," and everybody's fucking praying. You're like, "Fuck." So he like stood up. He's like, no, it's okay." I'm like, "My bad, dude. I am an idiot."
He's terrified of the snow.
Yeah. But he was like, he's Muslim, so he's praying 5 times a day. He's doing the whole thing. And he's like, "I got wood outside." So this dude sells me wood. Bro, I almost went back there and hiked there during the snow to beat him to death with one of those logs because they were wet. Like, dude,
of course.
I was in there.
They were just outside.
Battling this firewood for like 2 days. I mean, I was making it work, drying it out, but wet firewood sucks so bad. Nothing is more frustrating.
Got to cut your own logs, bro. Get to the source.
I need to. That's some dad shit I need. Just go out there and just get
splitting
logs.
wood.
Be nice. I had a little hatchet and I was splitting it just to get like kindling.
Nah, you got to get a maul.
Yeah, I want to.
Get a maul, dude. Get some logs.
Dude,
that's
foreplay, dude. Get out there fucking smacking wood. Yeah. You have to do it in a window so Christina can watch me.
Lady's going to be sliding out of her seat inside.
Yeah, in actuality, she's like, he's going to cut his fucking foot off.
Yeah, she's like, she's got 911 dialed in her phone.
She's like, he doesn't even have health insurance.
Yeah.
What is he doing? She's on the phone with her mom. No, dumbass is outside cutting wood again. Waking the babies up. Dude, the babies started crawling, started kind of scooching around, flipping over. And so I didn't know this. And apparently this is a thing that when babies learn something, you're so excited, but it means sleep regression. So as you see them, you're like, "Oh my God, she rolled over." You're like, "Fuck," because they're not going to sleep that night. So it's like I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm just like, dude, they've been waking up all the time. So the other night, right? It's like 2-3 days, and then waking up 2, waking up at 4, waking up at 6. Christina's like having a meltdown. She's like, "Dude, I have to fucking sleep." So the other morning, I'm laying in bed. I hear the baby get up, so I pick the baby up, give it to Christina, go make the bottle, lay back in bed, and I'm just like, just as I'm dozing off, dude, it's like a bucket of liquid is just poured on me. Like I thought she spilled the whole bottle on me. I like woke up I was like, "What the fuck?" And she's just holding a baby. And she goes, "Did that get on you?" Dude. Fucking Ava projectile vomited an entire fucking bottle onto me. I was like, "Did that get on me?" I bathed in it, dude. Like, I'm covered, bro. The whole bed was covered. It was crazy. And she's just sitting there like with the cutest smile, but she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, she's like, "That was pretty fun."
Oh, she probably felt great.
Yeah.
Right after you throw up, you feel amazing.
Ready to go.
Yeah, especially if it was a belly full of milk. Just it sounded like a bucket. Like I couldn't believe how much.
I'm still waiting for you to have your first incident with flipping them. I think it's I think it's inevitable.
What do you mean?
I think at some point you're going to come in here and you're going to be like, "All right, so we almost flipped them. We almost switched names on the. I think one day it's going to happen."
It's getting tougher. They're getting more and more looking alike. They have different faces, but yeah, you definitely in the morning or something. It's like, who do I have?
Yeah.
Tell me who I am.
I mean, you're sleep deprived.
It's tough too of like who just did what. Like I've definitely gone and changed the same baby twice and been like, what am I doing? Fucking losing my mind, dude.
This is clean.
Clean. All done. Dude, I've been so tired at work, I'll do that. Like with a guest. I'll like tab a guest out and go, all done. They're like, what? Don't worry about me. Because we're teaching them sign language. And I will say, I was shitting on it. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm teaching an infant sign language. Yeah. What am I doing? But the other day, she signed back. She said milk. She was crying.
Hungry.
Christina was like, hey, Ava, like milk? And she stopped crying, looked at her and was like, and then she gave her milk and started eating. I was like,
wow.
What?
Okay.
I know. It like tripped me out. I was like, that's crazy, dude.
I mean, how long before they have their own signs with each other that you guys don't know? Damn, you guys are gonna have a full blown insurrection.
Have our own January 6th.
They're gonna overthrow the household.
Yeah. I let her in. Open the baby gate.
Bro, Emma shows up with like a bison horn hat.
That's what I was thinking. She's the shaman, dude. The QAnon shaman. What a time, dude. What a time.
I mean, that's old news now, you know?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
We're around to Trump round 2 already.
Which it really seems like there's a lot of shit happening before January 20th. They're squeezing it in, bro.
Making sure everything is as bad as possible right before he takes over.
I mean, I want Greenland. now that that's even been offered up.
Now that it's on the table.
Yeah, you're like, dude, we should have.
Like, I didn't want it, but now I do. Mm-hmm. I'd love to just visit Greenland without a passport. Yeah, just show up.
Get there and go, what a shithole.
Like, man, I'm glad we have Netflix and Domino's.
Yeah.
It's like the bar doesn't even have a Touch Tunes.
Touch Tunes is great. I love jamming on some Touch Tunes.
I don't have enough faith in my own music taste to get on a Touch Tunes.
You gotta have a couple drinks and then give them the fuck it.
Like
everybody needs to hear Stone Cold's entrance music.
Yeah, I don't. I'm scared that I'm gonna be drunk and put on a song, and then when it comes on, I'll be like, "Oh, this is the song," and I'll look around, and everybody will be like, "Who the fuck put this on?"
That does happen. I have done that where I've like, "Dude, this is gonna kill it." I'll put on some ska, and everybody's at the bar like, "This fucking sucks." You're like,
"Yeah." I think that happened to me once.
Swinging a miss.
Yeah, I think that probably happened to me when I was like young, like 20, drinking. 20, 21.
Like, so you know Edmund Fitzgerald?
You're not into it? I thought we were all going to sing together.
That is embarrassing. Yeah, if you think you're going to sing along with everybody, everybody's like, who fucking put this on? Music at a bar is important, though.
Why would you put on Freebird? The first half is boring.
Well, who the fuck, when you go into McCracken's and they have that Irish music on with bagpipes, who the fuck wants that? Like, who goes in there wanting that?
People who go in, have a meal, and leave.
Even then, dude, that music sucks. That is maybe the worst music.
It's not
chill.
It's the bar, you know?
Yeah. I guess you do. That is good music if you've had 12 Guinnesses. Fuck yeah, dude. Dropkick Murphys.
Let's go.
I've been to Boston.
Let's put a bomb in a mailbox. What do you guys know?
I don't really fuck with Protestants.
What do you guys know about car wiring?
Yeah, I have no desire to go to Ireland.
I'd visit.
I wouldn't go out of my way.
I mean, I like beer and like I have enough of a thing for that I would.
How far is that flight?
I mean, if I could go, I would be like, I would go, yeah. Because like I would want to see the Guinness place. I'd probably see Jameson. Maybe Jameson I got to be careful with because I can't drink it anymore.
Dude, Jameson, I'm getting arrested in Ireland. Holy shit.
I drank too much Jameson when I was sad. So now Jameson. So now it makes me sad.
Yeah, it tastes as soon as you have it.
If you want to see me have a sad drunk, and I tested it once. I was having a nice beer drunk one night, and somebody was like, "Shot of Jameson." I'm like, one won't hurt. And then my whole night spiraled into sad drunk. It It's all it takes is one shot, dude.
As soon as you take the shot, the lights go down.
Yeah.
Goes noir. Yeah. There.
Oh, man.
At the bar. It's Dame talking my ear off. Yeah. It always reminds me of pickles because I did so many picklebacks.
Oof. I mean, I love pickles. I'll drink the pickle juice. I ain't no bitch.
I love pickle juice.
Good stuff.
Yeah. You ever take a little glug off the jar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
A little late night. Wake up drunk, go in there to get something to drink.
That'll make you feel nice in the morning. It helps. Electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Good for you. Which is just basically salts and vinegar. It's basically salt and acid.
I mean, isn't that what the trick is? Like people talking about eating fried food the next day? I think poutine might be the best to soak up
Poutine's
alcohol.
great.
Dude, they figured that out.
Yeah.
We used to have a poutine truck at Laughs and Drafts. These like French Canadian people would come. And that shit, dude. We had a couple of people where we had like 10% beers on draft.
Oh, yeah.
And people would be doing the...
You need some poutine for that.
Oh, the guy who ran the truck would come up and hit somebody with some fries. He'd be like, I didn't order this. He's like, on the house.
You need it. You're going to feel better as soon as you eat.
Hey, get home safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The scariest is when somebody's hammered and you're like, all right, you're going to eat a little, you're going to feel a lot better. And you're watching them eat and you're watching them fall apart more. And you're like, oh yeah. You're that kind of drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You're
It's still processing.
You're beyond food.
Yeah. That might be doing worse because then sometimes you eat and your body's digesting that last couple of Jamesons you had. That was always a thing in Savannah. I used to, when I was a pillhead, so I used to buy these pills at this pizza place, but it was a 24-hour pizza place. It was like open till 4 in the morning. It was the latest place, but one of the guys worked there. But you would go in there just to see the dude in the kitchen. I'd be like, yo, what's up? Like, and then you'd look around, and it looked like a waiting room at the ER. Dude, it was just the worst people that Savannah. It was just like a fall, and just people
just nodding.
Just dripping grease into their mouth.
God.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, but we've all been there. We've all been that guy. I've been that guy several times.
I just bought some. I'm about to go be that guy. I'm just not here.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. I'll meet you at Parker's. That was the other place. Parker's was a 24-hour gas station that had like a buffet and could sell alcohol 24 hours.
Oh, yeah, you've told me about that place.
I mean, I would love that place. Needs its own reality show. Like an A&E. That's another thing, dude. I got back into TV with my mom in the hospital because she just started watching TV. And Practical Jokers are pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Hey,
that got me.
I've always thought that was like a bit, and then it's like
that got me through some brewery days. But it's a funny show.
It's pretty funny, dude.
God,
it's good.
I mean, I've probably seen every. I haven't seen the modern. I haven't seen it since Joe left.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's silly. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially in a hospital, you need silly. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta have something.
Oof.
That shit is. Last time I was there, it's just like hospitals are just fucking. It's just bizarre to me that that's those people's every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And they're like walking around like waitresses. Like nothing. It's like what?
I don't.
Dude?
It's the weirdest vibe.
Yeah, I was like standing outside and they had like somebody like flatlined in the room. I'm sitting outside and they're like, help, 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 help. Just everybody's running. And then like right after they got the dude back, they're like walking out of the room and they're like laughing and like kind of like fucking with each other. I was
doing
like,
jokes.
Dude. Making TikToks. You're like, bro, this
God.
Cannot be good for y'all's psyche.
No. Nurses are crazy people.
Dude, you'd have to be. Mm-hmm. Especially an ER nurse.
Yeah.
My aunt was an ER nurse for like 30 years. You're like...
Your craziest aunt, I'm sure.
Dude, at that point, you don't care.
No.
I mean, imagine, like, as a mother, you don't give a fuck. Nothing. Oh, you boo-booed your knee? I don't give a fuck.
Let me know when it's a compound fracture.
Dude, Georgia was every time Georgia would have a glass of wine, like at dinner, you could guarantee that she was going to tell an inappropriate story. And she would, like, tell, like, a story where she's, like, telling you, like, very interested in it. She's like, oh, no. And then he lost his legs, and there was blood going everywhere, and people are just turning white, like, at the dinner table. Like, Georgia, I know you don't care. Do you do good with blood? I don't do good with blood.
I'm okay with other blood, but my blood makes me queasy fast.
Yeah.
Like I've cut my thumb open and just had like one time I was just fucking around with a knife and I sliced my thumb and I was across the room from the sink. So I got up and by the time I got to the sink, I had like a pool that was dripping out. And that made me throw up. I have also gutted a deer before, or like I've gutted several deer. Like I've put my hands inside of a dead living thing and I've butchered meat and I've done all that. But like my blood, there's like a threshold where once there's a certain amount of it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw up for sure.
Yeah, that's like the last thing you need too. As you're like, oh, let me get rid of all these nutrients.
It's actually to the point where I know it's going to happen. I start getting sweaty and like clammy. And I'm like, okay. And then I will force myself to throw up. Mm-hmm. And then I'm over it. And then I'm like, all right, now let's clean this thing up.
Yeah, I don't do well with blood. I don't like it.
Any blood?
I'm better with other people's, but no, other people's blood trips me out. I don't want to be touched with it. I don't like blood.
I mean, I would rather not touch other people's blood, but if it's around, like it's not going to freak me. Now, I'm sure if I saw like a horrific murder scene, it would be a big problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I've never seen a lot of blood like that.
Like I haven't ever seen all of somebody's blood before. Like that might be different. like if you walk into a room and all of somebody's blood is around, like I don't think
all of their blood. You think it was ever like a killer that was like, I am so into this, and as soon as he stabs him, he's like, icky! Ew, dude!
Gross. Apparently Jeffrey Dahmer was like that, and that's why he was a blackout drunk. Because he would be like, well, I want to do this, but it's icky, so I need to get hammered so I can do it.
Could you imagine, dude, just watching this dude drink, like being tied up? You're like, come on, dude, please don't.
Bro, he's just throwing back high lifes.
It was like, this ain't gonna end great. Oh no. I'm too sensitive to smells. Dahmer would smell is a bigger problem for me than there's no way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't, there's people's houses I didn't smoke weed in because I'm like, bro, it smells like feet in here.
Shit smell is a big problem. Shit smell and vomit smell will make me throw up almost immediately.
Yeah, shit smell that's why I don't think it's cute to fart around people. Like that shit is like, bro, no.
It's not cute. It's kind of funny.
Funny, dude.
It's
Babies
funny.
Rip ass constantly, dude. The other day, me and Christina were like kind of having an argument, but not really like an argument. We're just like a heated discussion.
Yeah.
And we both got quiet, and then Ava's just like, it was like, we're both like, you're like, all right. Babies just get to rip ass.
It's awesome.
And it's so funny, dude. It's always right on time. Like you'll pick them up and squeeze them a little bit. She started stealing from her sister.
Oh.
The other day, I was like playing video games, and I looked over, and Emma's crying. I was like, why the fuck is she crying? She has nothing in her hands. I was like, what the fuck? And I look over, Ava's just got like 7 toys. She's just like, dude, she's just started like mine.
Is Ava the one that kicked Emma too?
We don't know who was. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Ava's the stinker.
I think so.
Ava's going to be the problem.
She's the one already scooting. Where you're like, this is a problem. I watch children run around the brewery now, and I'm like, this is going to be a big, big problem. I don't know what you do.
Leashes.
Have to, I think.
But a leash, I feel like, is not, there's no way that's good for a kid. Like, that's how you get a kid who wants to be a dog as an adult.
Yeah, that's how you get a feral child.
Yeah. Well, like, that's how you make somebody that's into pup play.
I was about to say, or you make a real weird fetish.
Yeah. That's definitely makes fetishes, is having kids on leashes. So maybe, I mean, shock collars where you can just...
Yeah.
You can just be like, hey, get down.
Hey, could you imagine the looks at a brewery, dude, if you zapped your kid? Gentle parenting. I'm not hitting him.
Honestly, that would be a funny sketch. like a man on the street, go to the brewery with a kid and put on a collar that doesn't do anything, but just pretend. Be like, get the kid on board. Be like, hey, when I do this,
tell my nephew we're gonna play pretend.
Pretend you got shocked.
Yeah. That would be awesome because you can get them where they make the tone too, where it goes beep,
little button.
Dude, those things hurt like shit. Those hurt so bad. We played with one at my cousin's house because they got it for their dog, and we took it off and played with it. Dude, fuck that. Ever since I held on to that thing, I'm like, that is so fucked up to do to a dog. That's crazy, dude.
I mean, my family had an electric fence, but we had a big dog.
I think it would hurt less. They had a poodle where I was like, dude, that's not even. And then,
I mean, he didn't like it.
Allegedly, my cousin backed down the driveway with Emmy in the front seat with her collar on.
Ooh.
Yeah. Was just backing out of the driveway with her in the car. And she was like, ah! He's like, what is happening? And you can't get it off her because it'll shock you too. So you got to drive back up the driveway.
Yeah. Well, when you make it through, that's the thing about those. Is some dogs figure out if you make it through,
if you get to a certain
you're
threshold,
fine.
That's like homeward bound shit. You know?
Yeah, so they'll just be like, okay, if I sprint through, it'll shock me, but I'll be on the other side.
Bad dog. That's when you have a bad dog, dude.
Yeah. No, I had neighbors who had dogs that would do that.
Dude, a bad dog is fucking a handful. My mother-in-law, they got 2 puppies, and they're just destroying their house. There's nothing you can do.
You got to train them right.
Dude, I don't know how you train 2 puppies that are brothers.
Ooh, yeah, that might be tough.
And they're having a humping problem. It's like one dog is horny enough. You get 2, now you're getting gangbanged.
Yeah, that's not great.
No. What are we at?
We're hour 11.
Nice. You got anything?
I do. I'm hosting Tournament of Topics on Sunday the 19th. I am at Flicker Bar in Athens on the 21st. And I think I got something in February. I'm in Augusta, Fox's Lair, February 10th. And then I'm judging Tournament of Topics at the Alley Stage in Marietta on Thursday the 20th of February.
Nice, dude. They're doing it again? They're doing it in the 16th? They're doing it back?
Yeah, I think they're going to start doing it regular at the Alley
awesome.
Stage. So
that'll be a fun show to have at the Alley Stage.
Yeah, it's fun. You should swing by on it someday.
I definitely am going to try. I don't have shit. Just doing memes.
Just doing memes.
Just doing memes, dude. Having so much fun.
Yeah.
Getting too good at Canva.
I'm doing it with Premiere. I'm just editing.
Yeah.
My life is editing, and it's getting annoying, but I'm doing it.
Your life starts really zeroing in on smaller.
But I'm getting better at it, which sucks, because now like being competent and hating it is much worse.
Yes, because then you want to do certain things.
But you're like, nobody else is going to do this, so I guess I just got to do it.
And you're like, God damn it. And it's always something so fucking stupid.
Mm.
Like, it's always complicated. It's like, why call it that? They're like, oh, we call it this thing. That's not that. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can only do it here. I think it's the same thing as why iPhones and Androids are so much different, is because they don't want you to be able to do both of them.
Yep. They want to make it tough.
Yeah, they want you to look at an iPhone and be like, I can't even fucking, like, if somebody hands me an iPhone, I can't even get into their shit. Mm-hmm. I'm immediately a boomer.
Yeah, it takes me a while. I can reason through it, but it's going to take me a while.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you hit the home button? Like,
yeah.